Oh my gosh, hello and welcome to another amazing episode of Stacks and the City. I'm your humble host, Ashley. I want to say hello and welcome. Bienvenue. Welcome in. Welcome. Hey. You guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you all rate and comment and subscribe and let me know exactly what it is that you're feeling when it comes to all things Stacks in the City, all things getting your money up, all things, everything. You guys, if you haven't done so already, or if you don't know, we are in Fashion Month, you guys. We're in the thick of Fashion Month. So every episode this week is going to revolve around getting your money up, doing what you need to get your money up, and still being fashionable. So you all have really fun guest interviews coming up. I have some tips and tricks. And it's all going to be leading up to an amazing event that I will be hosting along with the beautiful and fabulous Tiffany Ingram of Policy and Fashion on February 23rd. So if you guys don't know about that, then by all means, get on the horse. Get on the horse. We will be together at Femme Fatale, which is in Chinatown on 4th and Massachusetts. So definitely come through, you guys. I do have tickets available on my link in the bio, so come through. I would love to see you guys. Okay. Now, guys, I think a big debate that people have is all about personal finance and getting your money up and getting your money right, but can you still look really nice while doing it? Can you still be super fashionable and chic and fashion forward and all that fun stuff while still working hard to get your money up? And you all, I do think that you can. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips that I recommend to do if you want to start building a wardrobe, but still being very intact with your money. Now, guys, my first tip is to know your measurements. And I believe I've said this before, but it's super important to know your measurements, particularly if you're going to do the bulk of your shopping online. You all, part of the reason why we don't like shopping online is because we don't think the clothes will fit, and if we do get them, we may not like them, we don't want to return them. You all want to minimize that as much as possible. And it is, honestly, knowing your measurements is a way of just planning. So measuring is knowing your bust line, knowing your waistline, knowing your bottom line, and it's all you need is the measuring tape. And if you don't have one, y'all just get some string and then measure the string. There's an app for that, y'all. There's a measuring app on your phone. So just do that, and that way you'll have an idea of where your measurements are. So if you were to shop online, then it can minimize, where stuff is going. My next tip, you guys, believe it or not, is actually to learn your fabrics. Know the fabrics. You guys, how do I explain this? I think we are pretty familiar that a lot of fabric that's out there that's being part of fast fashion is polyester and rayon. I am not super in touch with fabrics. I'm getting there. It's something that I'm personally learning for myself. But any blended fabrics or fabric that's essentially plastic, you don't really want in your wardrobe. So, for example, you all, I went to Uniqlo a couple months ago. And I always want to see if an article of clothing is really justifiable with the price. And I found something there, and it was like maybe like 30% wool, which is a good fabric, very beautiful quality fabric, and then maybe 70% rayon or something, and they were charging $50. You all, I did not end up buying that sweater because that price I'm paying basically $50 for not good, not quality fabric. So guys, you want to be careful about those types of things. And the thing is, if you're buying like fast fashion type of clothing excessively, then you're going to end up continually replacing it. So just know the fabrics, and check those tags before you buy, just so you can get an idea of the actual materials made into your clothing. It really will help you save money in the long run. And sometimes it may be worth investing in a nicer sweater only if you know that you'll be wearing it multiple times. And that's something that's called cost per wear. So y'all, this goes for bags, this goes for shoes, this goes for all that stuff. I'm going to be doing a really fun series on bags and like luxury items later on in the month. But sometimes it can be worth getting that nicer bag. I'm not saying getting a Louis Vuitton, but getting something that's going to be leather, something that's going to be better quality, because you can get more wear out of it versus getting the fake Saffiano bag at H&M that's $30, but it gets really beat up really quickly. So there are balances to this, you all. And that's something that I really want to delve a little bit more into when it comes to investing in your clothing. Okay, guys, my third tip for you all when it comes to finding ways to get your money right and being more in tech with your fashion is to build a baseline wardrobe. Now, one of my guests that I do have coming up this month, we'll talk more about this, so I'm going to leave it up to her. But essentially, when you are dressing, when you are styling yourself, when you are looking for clothing, if you don't have the basics of a wardrobe, so if you don't have a really nice top, or if you don't have a button-up top, or a black pair of flats, or a black slacks, the basics of any wardrobe, when you start building, it ain't to build on. You can't build a house out of cards, y'all. I'm just saying. You can't build a basic house. You can't build a brick house and y'all ain't got no foundation. I've seen closets, y'all, with sparkly things. I've seen closets with like iridescent colors. I've seen booty shorts. I've seen stuff that just doesn't flow. And you really can't create like your own personal style and all that fun stuff if you don't have like the boring stuff that every female closet needs. And again, I would recommend investing a little bit more money in that because you're going to be using this a lot all the time. Okay, guys, another tip I have for you all is to have a budget. People hate this word. Plan how much money you're going to spend each month for. So again, what I've been doing lately when it comes to my budget is I have my fixed costs and I have my fluctuating costs, but they're both more or less needs. Like food is a necessity, but how much food I spend is contingent on the month, and where I'm getting my food is also based on the month. Be careful with that, you guys. But I do have a wish list. I have a list of things that I really want to buy for the month, but I don't know if my budget's going to allow it. It's like a push or pull, ebb and flow. So my wish list this month is to buy some clothes from sheinsite.com. I haven't purchased clothes in a long time. I really want clothes. Now, I recommend that you all do this as well. Keep a budget and start small, y'all. $50 is okay for some nice clothes. $50 a month. $50 could get you one something, y'all, especially if you're smart about it. One anything. So $50 for that, or maybe $100. Depends on where your budget is. If you have any extra money, if you want, do it in cash. That way you go check your H&Ms, like somewhere basic, depending on where your budget is and what you're comfortable with spending. But guys, have a budget. Definitely have a plan on how much you're going to be spending. That way you can control it. You all, another tip is to look in your closet for the stuff that you already have. Clear out that closet. Clean out the closet. Clothes that don't fit, let them go. Clothes you haven't worn in 6 to 8 months or to a year.